Welcome everyone to CETV with the Soul Man Frank and legend photographer Stefan Gosatti. Everything from sports to fashion events. Stefan, thanks for being here.
Thanks, brother.
Awesome,
nice
man.
to see you.
You too. So what have we got here?
The 70-200 zoom 2.8 lens. I don't know what to say about this lens.
Yeah, you were saying that before, which I always find funny.
God.
But this is the new Z one, and you've got a Z7 there.
It is. It's. You guys are going to hate me saying this, but it's perfect. Really, I mean, it's a Nikon 70-200 through and through. It's pin sharp. I used it this morning on a job, on an event actually, and was doing shooting a lot of tight shots and wide shots, shallow depth of field. Using it obviously in conjunction with the Z camera. My weapon of choice is the Z7.
I've got to touch
it. With the new firmware, the firmware version 3, OMG, mate, it just is pin sharp. It focuses super quick. Using the eye tracking feature, the 3D autofocus option. With eye focus or eye detect, I don't know the correct terminology for this thing, but it was just brilliant. Backlit situations. Actually, it wasn't too dark, so I didn't get a chance to try it out in very low light, but certainly in high backlit situations I was shooting this morning. And I don't know what to say, it's bloody great.
Sharp.
Sharp, yes. At 2.8. I didn't, to be honest, I didn't shoot
well, you
really.
wouldn't close it down, really.
No, I didn't shoot anything really further down than f4.
Okay.
And I typically wouldn't shoot further down than f4 for an event, for example.
I know there's a few viewers that will ask some of the the questions about the physicalities of the lens. So we've got removable tripod collar. I don't know how you shoot. Do you leave that on or off?
Leave it on.
Leave it on.
And I'll tell you why you leave it on.
Yeah, why?
Because the way that Nikon, well, I've never taken one of these off before. So when you've got the lens on the body, that rests right in your palm and your thumb and forefinger reach the zoom.
That does seem a bit
and
smaller.
you can do it all with one hand.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if I went out of frame there.
Show us that.
But that's my way of shooting, right? So like that, with that on there, it rests in your palm, like so, and thumb and forefinger, and I can adjust my zoom focal length with two fingers. So it's exactly like the F-mount 70-200 in that regard. It is, I'll say that it's the same
Can you on
weight.
one hand do the zoom on the F-mount as well?
So for me, having this on my Z7 or on the DSLR version, the F-mount lens, it's exactly the same. Everything is exactly the same, feels very comfortable and very familiar. I will say though that it is quite weighty.
Yeah, I mean that's one thing, you can't conquer that with mirrorless when you've got full frame. And I know Sony have got this same thing, that
on the body,
full
on the
frame
Z7,
lenses have still got a bit of weight to them, but that's quality as well, there's glass.
Sure. So on the Z7, if you look at it like so, you can see the body is actually quite small in comparison. I personally shoot with the battery pack on my Z7. Which makes the body that little bit bigger, and I found the combination as good as my DSLR combination. So it was very comfortable in my hand. The weight, as is a 70-200 in the F-mount, there's a bit of weight there. This is no different, but it was still very comfortable, and to me it was balanced. It was well balanced.
Little screen on the lens here, so what's that for up here? Do you use that, or can you tell us what it's for?
Well, it gives you
I do know, but I'm testing him. So.
Well, I didn't look at it, but I do know that you can get your focal distance, focusing distance on here, the scale. You can also get your aperture. Okay. And they're the only two that I remember.
And that's what that DISP button's for. So as you press that, you'll toggle through different features within that screen.
Display. Yep.
Okay, that's awesome. And what else you got here? That must be aperture control, that wheel, if you want to have aperture control.
Yep.
But you'd be doing it from the camera.
I'm doing it from the camera.
Yeah.
Look, there are actually fewer switches on this lens than the F-mount. This is a vibration what do they call it? Vibration reduction. But it's built in, but there's no on and off switch for the vibration reduction.
I was going to ask that because I saw it's not there, and the F-mount, the DSLR version, has VR.
Yeah, so I can only presume that it's managed from the camera.
Really? So, wow, that's awesome.
Because there's built-in stabilization in the body, so it must communicate. I don't know the technical aspect of that, but it is vibration reduction. There is vibration reduction, I should say, on the lens. Now, this morning I actually did shoot handheld at a 30th of a second f2.8, and again, I mean, I would do that on a DSLR. I have the confidence to do it on a DSLR.
And you didn't feel there was a weight balance issue with a big lens on a small body?
The images were perfect. So the stabilization does work.
Were you able to get close? Because I can see on the back it focuses down to 1/2 meter. Did you ever get that close? It's good to know that it focuses that close. You want to really get a big lens in someone's face. So.
In my test today, no. On the job I was on this morning, no.
No, look, it's a huge thank you to Nikon Australia. We only had this lens for like 24 hours essentially. Not every lens comes with that sticker. This belongs to Nikon's marketing department, so I sort of stole it off them. I've got to give it back to them, so hopefully I won't get arrested for that comment on TV here. But let's mount it.
Yeah, just so I guess you can get a.
I'm not going to mount Stefan.
Oh, so there you go.
Yeah, no, so it is. And I see that even with that tripod collar, if you wanted to swing it out of the way, you could.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I personally have mine rotating like this, so again, I can quickly rotate the lens.
So you'll actually use it as a bit of a grip.
Totally. Yep. Yeah. Well, I use it as a platform to stabilise the lens as I'm shooting. And again, as I said, I can now zoom in and out with 2 fingers.
Oh, it does mention the VR up here. So that's what threw me. It was hidden behind the hood, so I didn't even know it.
So look, it is a nice size. Again, there's no denying it. There's a fair bit of weight in this, no more than the F-mount lens. I don't know the actual weight of them, but this morning when I
think it's a pinch less, but the ergonomics and just basically the physics of it, if it's 70-200, 2.8, you have to have some weight there, but you want that quality, you want that glass, and you want that light coming down the sensor.
Yeah. The lens is slightly longer than the F-mount, the current F-mount lens as well, but again, these are all minuscule little comparisons.
I know they're excited with the Z system. They're putting their heart and soul into it. There was new firmware that just came out a couple of weeks ago for the 6 and the 7. Yes. You've installed that on your camera?
That's what I was saying earlier, that the camera with the firmware version 3 and the lenses that Nikon produce, this Z system is, like, for me, it's nearly perfect. Sweet. Really, it is so good now. I'm able to use this in most situations, most types of jobs, and of course the resolution and the image quality is there, as it has always been with the Nikon product. The 70-200, now that this is available soon, or certainly coming to market shortly, we are
waiting.
The 24-70. So with those 2 lenses in your kit, there really isn't a job that you can't tackle.
Yeah, well, a lot of us were waiting for this. One of our staff has put his name on the wait list. You know who you are. Guys, I think we've gotten everything we can out of Stefan when it comes to the information on this new lens. So I want to wish him thank you very much and fare thee well.
No. One last word.
Oh, one more.
This is a really sharp lens, I got to tell you. It's perfect.
Sharp. Actually, if we want to buy this beast, where can we go?
Camera Electronics.
Thank you very much. So we've got 2 stores, one on Murray Street in the heart of the CBD Perth, one at Stirling Street, and don't forget our online store, shipping to all over Australia. There's overnight options. So thanks for supporting us, supporting CETV, the Soul Man Frank, Camera Electronic, family business. See you around, guys.